Hi everyone, it's Kimberly at Journal Breathe. Thank you for stopping by and spending a little time with me today. I am going to do a flip through of this tall journal that I made. I will absolutely put all the papers in the description box, and I will point out some rare ones as we go through, but for the most part this is a kit that's primarily made from Chapter 1 papers and from the paper Cameo and those two, and many of their kits, not just recent. But this is recent and this is recent for Chapter 1 papers, and this was Valentine for the paper Cameo. So let's move forward here and not get too bogged down, but I do like giving credit to these incredible designers, because oh my gosh, the papers coming out today, are they amazing or what? Oh my gosh, we are so lucky. So this idea for a wrap, a lot of you have made wraps, and they were usually all fabric or all lace, something like that. And I was playing around with these new papers by Chapter 1 papers, and this is the Beyond Opulence kit, this outer part here, and this is one of the tall journal cards. And it was just really beautiful, but I was playing with Chapter 1 papers kit, Country Cottage. These two came out close together, and I thought, gosh, I can't imagine the opulence with Country Cottage. But you know what? I made this journal mostly with the Country Cottage because it's a big kit and fabulous, as you'll see. But as I played around more and more with these envelopes and sort of got over the awe of this kit, Beyond Opulence, I started to realize that they kind of could go with a lot of different things, and I think I just want to impart to you not to categorize them in a place of their own, although I've made a journal with primarily them, and then the envelopes they could be used almost anywhere. But I think broadening the idea that these beautiful pieces could be used with a kit that represents a completely different feel is to the credit of our art form. We can do that, and as long as it feels harmonious to us, why not? So that's what I did, and I found this is at the top of one of the pages from the Valentine kit that Nicola made this Valentine's Day. Honestly, I don't remember the name of the kit, but it was recent, and I cut out this little part. The other side of the page has a needlepoint design, which is stunning, and I love it. And I just thought, what a cool cover to say I love you. And it's got, very Victorian angels on here. And as you'll see as I go through, I have used quite a few Victorian ladies, surprisingly, again to me, because they're so much earlier than this paper represents in my mind. But when I gave myself that license to mix the eras that way, which for a lot of you don't care and you do it well all the time, but for me it's still difficult to mix eras. I tend to just really stick within the wide range of an era. But after I did that, then this Victorian piece just really stuck out to me as something I had to use. And so I hadn't seen anybody else doing a double tie like this, and it was so wide in its paper, so it can't really, I couldn't see any way to get the muslin to become the tie. And so I knew I would have to sew on a ribbon. And just sewing on one ribbon really didn't make sense. So that's how the two came to be, not rocket science. But using the ombre or multicolored sari really, I think, added a lovely twist to it all. And I picked those that would bring out the colors that were in this. And then this envelope, is from Beyond Opulence. It's a tall envelope. I actually don't intend to fill it. This journal is for sale, so whoever gets it can decide what they want to do. But it comes completely open, and I think that it'd be easy to write on this. So that was my thinking, that it would be a secret spot to write. No one would know that there was anything written in there. And I thought that was really cool. So let me show you the back. Let me take these off. Let me tell you a funny thing in case you're the one that decides to purchase this. I find that if I tie the bows with it upside down, they lay better on this side. I don't know why, but they do. So, and I put something heavy on top so it gets squished down before I tie them, and that way, you know, it's pretty tight. So this is from the Country Cottage kit. Don't you love it? Oh my God, I love it. And it just has great pieces in this kit. But before we go there, let me just show you. So on the inside, I just cut a piece of muslin that went from this side to the other side and simply sewed it. Now, this originally was glued down, but this crease would have been right, you know, close to where this I Love You is glued on top of the Beyond Opulence, and I really felt over time with your hand holding this that it would, you know, come apart or tear. So I did a little fancy. I thought it was a really cute stitch to use. Let's see if you can see it. There we go. So it sort of looks like a saddle stitch in a way. I thought it was really fun, and I was excited how it turned out. So it doesn't show a lot, which is good. I didn't want it to. But doesn't this look like all one piece? The way this border goes all the way around. It's so much fun, for me anyway, to combine papers together so that you don't even know that anything's been put together. And throughout this journal, I've used lots of digitals, lots of pieces of paper, and I have blended. I've put a lot of things on pages that until you see the kit, you won't even realize they're not there. They're not part of the kit. And I love that. They don't stand out. They enhance, for sure, and they draw your eye. I also use them to cover up colors that I don't think really fit the spread. So this took me so long to make. Every time I thought it was done, I would go back for one more look through before making a video, and I would get another idea. Oh, wow, I could do this. Oh, wow, why not that? You know that feeling. I know you do. So it's just really, I hope you like it. That's what I hope. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. And you can see that I did the 3 pamphlet stitch with kind of a heavy duty twine because there's so many pages in this, and there's some weight to it. I used you know, heavier weight paper. I used a lot of laid paper. I like the laid paper quality, the texture of it, and I have a lot of paper clips, and I put a lot of different papers in here, and so I thought I better use a more heavy-duty twine, you know, than just like a crochet thread or something like that. All right, and there's actually 2 pieces of paper here. So this is the laid texture, and then this is the 32-pound weight, and that makes it really nice. And I stitched around the whole thing. I didn't want the stitching to be at all what you looked at. I just wanted to hold the 2 pieces together well. And so I used a light aqua thread, and I didn't use any glue. So it's all just sewn together. That's how I usually do covers. I don't use glue if I can avoid it, if I'm going to sew. So here we go. So my first Victorian lady right there. She comes from the Graphics Fairy member site. And this cute color. This is from Chapter 1's kit. Pretty much, if I don't say anything, it'll be Chapter 1's kit. And again, I'm not going to point out every little thing. I'm going to, you know, let you know just the unusual ones that pop up, and then you can search them through Etsy with what I give you in the description box. This is a piece of ephemera from May 1918. And Dr. Bristol's Witch Hazel ad on the back. This was in an almanac, so it's original. And I just made this into a tuck. This is also from Graphics Fairy. Oops. Oh, good Lord. There you go. Cute, huh? A lot of ephemera came with this kit, so that's cute. I love these papers. This is one of those tall envelopes. And it's not one you open, it's actually an envelope. But I thought this was so cute, sticking out. I put it on there that way. The Chapter 1 kit has all these circles and other small embellishments. I used them, tons of them. I thought they were such a cute selection. I really enjoyed them. So you'll see a lot of those scattered about in here. Let's see. Okay. And this is another one of the opulent envelopes. Isn't that pretty? So some are the regular type, you know, like that. And others are tall. Not that it matters when it's in the journal, but just so you know, there's quite a variety. And some are small and some are large, really large. And the really large ones I bring down to 8 by 10 paper instead of 8.5 by 11, so it will fit on a tall, skinny journal. And the small ones I think are two to a page, and I might have done them on 10 by 10 also. I play around with the size sometimes. I put this little basket in her hand. This is a stamp. I wanted to play off the black and white. So this is a piece that's on a collage sheet by Ruby and Pearl XO. And this is also from one of Heather's kits. And I just thought it played up with the black. Black. So that's why. And I love it. I think this is one of my favorite papers. I love the gold. These are called cartouches in French. A frame of this shape, and I love that. Plenty of room to journal in here, but it does have a ton of digital and decoration. Really, a lot. I really decorated it. This is a receipt from 1931. Such a beautiful one with the American Eagle on it. And I just felt like it went really well with the blue here and here. This is from Vintage Scraps Crafts. And it's just like this. I did nothing to it. It's gorgeous like this all by itself. And this is Everlasting Journals, I think. And it's in her background kit. But I love the papers. And I use them quite a bit in here. This is a cute tag I made. These are some more of those circles. This is from an old kit by Ephemera's Vintage Garden. And I just love pulling out this old kit and using bits and pieces to this day. It just draws me in. I don't use too much because I'm not really going for the fairy look, but there's something lighthearted about it. And with these wings coming out of another paper by Everlasting Journals, it just, I felt like wings. And you got the Swan with the crown. Same kit. It's a Swan kit by her. And I don't know, I just loved it. This whole thing the yellow felt right. And then I put this quote, "Begin doing what you want to do now. We are not living in eternity. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake." Such a beautiful remembering that we really only do have this moment. We don't have the past anymore, and we don't have the future yet. It's a piece of lace, antique lace. So yes, I just felt like this felt just engaging. Love the creamy, yellowy, peachy color of that rose. I think this is from the same Swan kit, I hope, as is this page. Again, just stunning. And again, Everlasting Journals. I love it. So, journaling space, you could clip stuff on. Now this, I did quite a bit of stamping on this page. That's stamped, that's stamped. It's one of my own French documents that I copied front and back. And this is one of the stamps I made. Heat embossed, I made from a stamp that I got from Lorna at TaylorMade Journals. It's dimensional. It's hard to tell, but I love it. It's beautiful. Some more of these cute tabs. And these are the stamps by Sam Poole. Set 1, set 2. Set 1 is on its way. I finally found it, so I'm waiting for that to arrive. And then this is a die cut negative. And I did it on a gold patterned paper. And I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it really is very effective in person. I like it a lot. It's cool. It's flowers, and it's just subtle. So the golds like work in harmony. And I just enjoyed this black design on this circle with all this beautifulness. I think this is either Everlasting or, yeah, I think it's Everlasting also, Everlasting Journals. And I don't know, this felt really good to me like this. So simple and fresh. This is a piece from the kit, and plenty of writing room here. And then I stamped that, and this is fabric. This is a piece of vintage trim. I made this pocket on here, and the picture I chose to put in it is from Ruby and Pearl XO, and this is one of my very favorite pictures. I just love, 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 love. Look at this. She's working on needlework. She's got this gorgeous white lace dress. She's got a million books on the table. I just resonate with this woman. And so with the black here and then the black and white photo, I ended up adding black to this page because it was black lettering and it just seemed kind of blank up here and down here. And then this came from the kit in chapter 1, so I stuck that in, and I just think it feels inviting, different, a little bit different. All right, and this pocket has more ephemera from the kit. This is from paper Cameo. This is a vintage piece of paper. It came in the 1930s receipts that I bought, and the pink is so perfect for it. I thought that I would put that in there. And then this is from the other kit by Chapter 1 Papers, and so is the back. Damask Rose, or Rose Damask. And it just went so well with the heart. This is from the Swan kit. There's that wonderful paper. I backed it with French end paper. Added this tag from probably Tracy. Just love this lace on top of the pink and this swan watercolor or pastels maybe. Oh, so beautiful. And then I put another Tracy Fox label down there. And I put this circle on also from a kit from Tracy Fox. And then this is the page from, I think it's from the Swan kit. So this is a combination of things. This is Sam Poole, and this is Chapter 1 Papers. And I just liked the juxtaposition of those two pieces, and this also has a doily feel, and then the curly edge, I just felt like it was swirling, and I like the colors. They're very vintage. Oh, I should just say that this is a place where you can put something. It's a tuck. This is my favorite piece in the kit. Absolutely favorite piece in the kit. It looks like papers are just piled up on top of it. Love the aqua border, and I just love the stained aqua papers and the pen. Oh my gosh, the other side's great too. And this is also from Everlasting, I do believe, and I just love it. So gorgeous. Paper Cameo. Wanted to bring, I mean, this would be great for like a grunge journal, but this is not really a grunge journal, so I felt like this rose picture kind of lightened it up a little bit and, you know, brought some of that green a little bit brighter. Everlasting Journals, beautiful paper. And this piece is also, I think it might be the Swan kit, actually. Hard to keep track, but they're both great, so look them up. And then this is a combination of things. This back paper is by Paper Cameo, and then this is also by Paper Cameo in her newest Magnolia kit. Isn't that cute? And then this is a background from our tall journal card from the Beyond Opulence kit, and I cut out a piece of border from this Country Cottage kit and put it up there, and then I turned up the back so it formed this little pocket. I just thought it was, I don't know, just really a great fit for this journal. Plenty of room to write under it as well. This is from an older kit from Chapter 1, and inside is another little booklet I made like this so you could write in it. Hide it inside of this seed packet. I cannot think what this is. Probably French Cottage or Cottage. Not that old of a kit. This year, I think. And then another piece of this current kit, Everlasting. And then this is also from Everlasting. Isn't that a great middle? Isn't that a great middle? It's just a beautiful piece of needlework, embroidery, satin stitch. Gorgeous. I left this long. It can be cut. You can hang things from the end, whatever. I didn't want to make a decision by cutting it short, but I probably would do that so that it doesn't interfere any more than it already does. So this is a tall pocket from Gail at the Shabby Cottage Studio, and a heart, of course, from Nicola, and a tall tag from the kit. And this is a piece of an old 1934 recipe book for institutions like schools. So it's giant amounts of items, 6 cups, 8 eggs, 12 cups of flour, that kind of thing. It's a hoot. And it just went so well, I thought, with the whole feel. But this tall pocket was such a pretty fit. And there's a couple in her kit. What's that kit called? Faded Glory. Yeah, Faded Glory. Okay, it just gets, it's one sheet. It's just a nice hearty sheet. Okay, this was one of my favorite papers also from Everlasting Journals. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. Can you see that? It's a piece of fabric, and it's just beautiful. I love it. I love this whole colorway here. So you could write behind here, and then there's a couple of tags. This is from Kelly at Kelly's Craft Studio. And this is from Lisa at Lisa and Olive. Oh, this pocket, yeah, I made a pocket by folding it in half. So it's quite sturdy. That's why it's thicker, because it's actually 2 pieces of paper. All right. So, yeah, so now this is the other side of that page I told you about that was so great. It's all the layers on it. And I took a piece of linen and stamped it over something I put down there that I don't think really looked good when I went through it again. So I put an old piece of paper there that said contents, and it just didn't really fit. So that's what I do. I cover stuff up if I don't like it. I'm sure you do the same thing. And this is also from Paper Cameo in Valentine. It says, at the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. That's such a beautiful truth, I think. And this is one of those embellishments that came in the kit. This is Everlasting Journals. Oh, I just love it. There's so much going on, but it feels harmonious, I think. And then this is really a big writing page. I filled this up with one of the little embellishments. Isn't that a beautiful picture of swans? And can you tell that the edges look like they're embossed? It's beautiful. Backed it with more of this beautiful paper. I love this paper. This is another one of the tall journal cards from the Opulence kit. I don't cut it out exactly. For this journal, I cut it out with some of the background around it still, but it would be the perfect size for the envelopes otherwise. And this is more from, I'm pretty sure it's the Swan kit. And this is a piece from the I Love You page, I think it is. Or anyway, it's the Valentine kit. And then these are digitals. This is a receipt from 1935 from Union Trust Company. And this is from, I think, Aunt Dot. And, you know, you're supposed to cut these out and use them as labels. But you know what? I think it looks cool just having them like that. I mean, you're welcome to cut it apart if you buy this, for sure, of course. So I left it because I thought, you know what? It's kind of a different way to use it. And then if you see one you like, you can cut it apart. Beautiful page. This has a lot of pink. And this is a tuck. This was a tuck. I stamped that, and then I stamped in Grand magazines on the line. It just seemed like it needed something. So, and this is coffee dyed netting. And yeah, I just thought I love these black stamps. They just add so much to this document, I think. This is a card. Oh, this is a book page that I cut out from a small book. It's got info on the plant on the back. But I did glue it down because I think it's better as a tuck. And this is a pocket. But you know what? It's so pretty without anything in it because it really plays into the feel of this page, I think. And so I had something in there for a while, and then I decided I would take it out. This is the Swan page, and I added that little decoration there. The Swan kit, not the Swan page. Oh. So this is this is what's going to go in the envelope. This is an envelope that I made, and it's using their kit, Country Cottage, but it does this envelope paper doesn't come in the kit. So I took their tall envelope and traced around it on this piece of paper and made this envelope. So I can't tell you, I added so many things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 added to that side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 added to the total. So 13 pieces were added to this. And I counted these two twice because that's glued to that, and that's actually glued to something else. But they're heavy duty so that they can hold everything together. But the inside is lined paper. So you can write whatever you want, and nobody will even know it's there. And then this is some ephemera, and this is no paper that I thought was pretty with the kit. So that's going in there. Let's see. I think this tucks in. I'll tell you, I'm going to do a video for you that shows a variety of ways of using envelopes from Chapter 1 Papers, last 3 or 4 kits. And I actually have everything together. I just have to make new copies. I have all the samples made. I have to make new copies, and then I'll film it, so it'll be soon. Because there's just so much that can be done with their pre-printed envelopes by using them different ways and folding them different ways. So you can look forward to that maybe if that interests you, and I will go over this as well. All right, so let's move forward here. Alrighty, more of the Swan, more of the Chapter 1 kit. I think we're getting down to the bottom here. Piece of ephemera. Digital ephemera. And then this is a cute seed packet that I made a piece of embossed note paper. This is from some green packing material that came in a box. I thought it was such a cool color, so I saved it. This is from the paper Cameo, and I love it so much. Love this goldy yellow. And then this is a pocket from the kit, or a page. I think it's a page I took apart. Put a butterfly on it, put a circle on it. It's a great page. And this is a receipt from 1932 for stocks. And these are tickets that came in the Faded Glory kit. Whose colors I thought were really, I'll do this later, but I cut this away. I thought that was cute. And then this is ephemera from the kit as well. This is, from the other kit by them, Chapter 1 Papers. But this is cute ephemera. And then this is a darling piece of ephemera. So it's a tuck. You can put other stuff in there. And then this is from Chapter 1, I think. Yeah, across the top. Just very springy feeling, right? Okay. And this is one of the tall tags that came with the kit, and one of their circles from Beyond to Opulence. And this is, I think, the final page. So I added another circle inside of this Notary's French mark, which I thought really didn't quite fit the page, because I wasn't really going, real French in this. I've got London references, if you saw them, and French references, and, different things. So, and this is a piece of lace that I stapled on with a rusty staple. So a little grunge. Went a long way in this one. And this is a cute little paper clip. And this pocket is also from the Rose Damask kit. And then this tag is also from that kit. So, there you go. I'll do that later. So that is the wrap kit, or wrap journal. It deserves a better name. I actually think I thought of one, but now I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was something like, it was a Sadie. That's it. I felt Sadie is somebody I knew that was really, really a wise, antique, knowledgeable person who had glorious antiques and had a real penchant for the Victorian era and post-Civil War, right? In America, I know that the Victorian era was almost the entire 1800s, but for us, we kind of think of it as later, like post-Civil War, and we call them different things than the Brits do. And so when I started using these kinds of things, which are very Victorian, I immediately thought of this person, and people called her Sadie. That wasn't her real name, but that's what they called her. So it became a real name, and I guess it's sort of a tribute to her in a way. So anyway, I hope you loved it. I really loved making it, and I I'm going to put it up for sale. So if you're interested, please DM me. And if you have any questions, of course, DM me. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye.